Page 12, Strike Up the Band. A fun little piece, let's look it over. Now this is on pages 12 and 13, it's a little longer. Treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. We got quarter notes, half notes, whole notes. Think we can handle all that okay? The hands seem to be playing pretty much one hand at a time for the most part, so I'm going to take both hands together. At the beginning, you're starting out with 5th finger on G for the right hand, and the left hand is starting out with 5th finger on this G, so we're in C position. It's quarter notes. And third measure, 1, rest, rest. It's kind of hard to see because they don't have all the rests they need yet. You need to learn some more musical symbols before this makes sense. But in the third measure, the right hand goes the first 2 beats, rest, that's 2 beats, and then the left hand gets the last 2 beats. 3, rest. So the 2 hands together, you get 4 beats. And then the whole note is 4 counts, both hands together. And then measure 5. Remember the numbers in the boxes, but at the beginning of the lines are measure numbers. So measure 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And they tell you to prepare the left hand. If you look on the second measure, measure 6, you see you need 4th finger up here, so we're in middle C position. So while you're playing this, you move the left hand up. That's preparing it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea? Let's go over to page 13 at the bottom, the last line, measure 21. As you're playing this in the right hand, you got to move the left hand back where it was. This is like it was at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then both play C's at the end. So you work out the hands and the rhythms and all that. Then go back through and get rid of the hesitations, and you should be able to look at this without looking at the keyboard, except when you have to move the left hand. You may have to look down to move the hand. That's okay. Otherwise, you should be able to keep your eyes on the music. And once you're comfortable with the notes and the rhythms, then we can add the articulation. With these staccatos, they're going to be short. We're going to flex, hinge at the wrist. Arm is still, the wrist is moving. Not a lot, just a little bit. And third measure, you have an accent. Play it a little louder. Louder, accent. And now you're going to connect these. Lift up. Lift up. There's different ways of interpreting this. You can go ahead and lift up between their slur lines. They're not all phrases. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But if you want, you can go ahead and just lift up. It's like taking a breath between each one. It's starting at measure 5. Lift up. You have to lift up. It's a repeated note, but it's a little more of a lift up. Lift up. Lift up. Lift up. Lift up. This little lift up is all. Measure 20. Find measure 20. You'll see there's a staccato. Here, and so that starting measure 21, you're like you were at the beginning with staccatos. And once you're comfortable, sort of, with the articulation, then we think about the dynamics. The first line is an introduction. It's not really part of the piece. Well, some introductions are, but most of them are not. They just kind of set the mood, set the harmony for the piece. The piece starts on measure 5. You see the double bars at the end of the first line? That's a section. That means we're leaving one section and going into another one. Well, the introduction is a section, but not all introductions have double bars after them. It's just weird. This one does, and the double bars, whether they're there or not, doesn't affect how you play it. It's just so you can understand the structure of the piece. Where it's all loud here at the beginning. Whatever you think loud is. The accents take it up to very loud. They take it up and then starting measure 5, come down to moderately loud, MF, mezzo forte, and it's all melody, so it's all the same. And you're staying there until the last line on page 13. And this is sort of like what's known as a coda. A coda is like an introduction, except it's the caboose or the tail piece. It's just a tag stuck onto the end of the piece to just kind of finish it off. Afterthoughts. And sometimes the coda has this double bars too. It doesn't have to. This one doesn't. But the piece ended on measure 20. When the words ended, the piece ended. This is just an afterthought of measure 21. As far as the speed goes, it says with pep, which doesn't mean anything to me. If you're going to sing the melody, how fast would you go? That's about how fast you would go. I play by feel, so I'm going to play at a different speed every time I play it, but that's what I'm feeling. So the whole thing would be that way. You don't have to play it that fast. You play it at your speed. Let's play it together very slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play it all about the same, but I will do the staccatos and the accents. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, rest, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Rest, rest, 2, 3, 4, off. There's a duet for this. I'd like to play that, and you play what you just played, but we're going to go a bit faster. I also need you to go up an octave again. So just pretend middle C, instead of here, it's up here. And instead of here, you're up here. Play it all up here. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.